Welcome to True North Perspective. My name is Sean. Welcome back to the show, guys. If you watched my earlier video, I had mentioned the unfortunate event that took place recently where, innocent children from Palestine were denied visas to actually get medical attention. It was disgusting. And this was all started by a right-winger who is an Islamophobe, I should say, and she is pro-Israeli, pro-Zionism, Laura Loomer. And I'm going to show you a couple of videos, and then, I'm going to show you what Marco Rubio had to say. And, again, it is absolutely devastating. The claim here was that these children, if we do allow them entry, or if, America does allow them entry, it'll make the country Islamist, which is, ridiculous, ludicrous, I should say. What broke my heart, honestly, is the children, that were actually coming into the airport, the smiles, here they are thinking that, we're going to get some medical attention, we're going to get some help, and that they were denied visas. It's very shameful. Marco Rubio should be ashamed of himself. Ironically, he's also an immigrant. His father, also comes from Cuba, so he should understand this. But again, what are you going to, what can you expect from somebody that is has capitulated to Trump, that is actually a bootlicking sycophant, and that is doing Trump's bidding? And then you have Laura Loomer, who is a complete bigot. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything or mince my words. She is a lunatic, a bigot, to accuse innocent children of terrorism and of accusing them of coming to America and making it Islamist. It's a bunch of horseshit. There are only a few adults that came with them, but let's take a quick look. This is going to be a short video. I really wanted to show you this. So let's take a look here, and this is the first thing here, an article by Dropsite, and it says here, breaking after a far-right influence, Laura Loomer raged online about a few severely injured children arriving in the U.S. for life-saving medical interventions. The State Department announced it has suspended all visitors from Gaza. So let's take a look here, and this was what she had said here. Despite the U.S. saying we are not accepting Palestinian refugees into the United States under the Trump administration, I obtained video footage of Palestinians who claim to be refugees from Gaza coming into the United States via San Francisco and Houston, Texas this month. The Palestinians traveled from Gaza to the U.S. with the help of a group called HEAL Palestine. How did the Palestinians get visa under the Trump administration to get into the United States? Did at State Department, which is Marco Rubio, approve this? How did they get out of Gaza? Security Rubio, are you aware of this? So you can see how demented she is, and I mean, God, it really angers me. These kids have done nothing, right? They have done absolutely nothing. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. Let's continue on here. And there it is. Let's look at the video very quickly. I'll restart it for you.
My life is ruined. And called me crazy, but what are they doing? I want to know what people are actually going to do. My life is ruined. Does anybody understand how ruined my life is? I'm sick of it. I don't want to listen to people tell me that I'm a conspiracy theorist. They don't know what it's like to be me. My life is ruined, Alex. And called me crazy, but what are they doing? I want to know what people...
That is Laura Loomer, ladies and gentlemen. She has access to Donald Trump at the White House, and she has his gear. Whatever she says goes. She's got a bunch of people fired as well too because of what she has said. It is a really sad state of affairs. And then here you have Marco Rubio, a complete hypocrite. And let's see what he has to say. It's a very short video.
Visas are being granted to the children, but how those visas are being granted to the people who are accompanying them, and by the way, to some of the organizations that are facilitating it. There is evidence been presented to us by numerous congressional offices that some of the organizations bragging about and involved in acquiring these visas have strong links to terrorist groups like Hamas. And so we are not going to be in partnership with groups that are friendly with Hamas. So we're going to pause those visas. There was just a small number of them issued to children, but they come with adults accompanying them, obviously. And we are going to pause this program and reevaluate how those visas are being vetted and what relationship, if any, has there been by these organizations to the process of acquiring those visas. We're not going to be in partnership with groups that have links or sympathies towards Hamas. Well, first of all, it's not just kids.
You see, the first thing he says, first of all, it's not kids. And literally there were like 2 or 3 adults that came in to take care of these children. And again, you can read here, it says, we're not going to be in partnership with groups that are friendly with Hamas. They are not friendly with Hamas. We're going to pause those visas, and we're going to pause this program and reevaluate how the visas are being vetted and what relationship, if has there been, if any has there been by organizations to process of the acquiring visas. Now again, you do have to realize here that Marco Rubio himself is an immigrant. You know, he was running away from, you know, a communist, you know, country, you know, Cuba, and here he is denying somebody else, you know, visas to get help. And honestly, if I could describe to you the face of that little kid, you know, that was getting, you know, was was allowed to come in and coming in for help, and you know, it's just a sad, you know, state of affairs. Like, you know, and there it is. Someone from Gaza arrived in San Francisco through HEAL Palestine, and she has basically gone wild. And you know, you can even see the video on TikTok. And look at that face. Seriously, what has that child done to you? Right? There's one picture missing here, you know, this kid right here. You could see, you know, he's really smiling, and you know, the sad part is that he's missing a limb, he's missing a leg. You know, America is supposed to be the, you know, the city or the country of hope and opportunity, and here you have bigots like, you know, Laura Loomer and Marco Rubio, who are not allowing, you know, children, not Hamas terrorists, not adults, you know, not anybody that is affiliated with Hamas. You know, they're canceling their visas and they're not allowing them to get treatment. Like, this is just absolutely bullshit. Anyways, guys, once again, please, I ask you, you know, we are the voice of those Palestinians. This is now way beyond the point of Hamas. They are, you know, hell-bent on genocide. They are hell-bent on eliminating any Palestinian and continuing on with building greater Israel. And I will get into, you know, a video about that later on. But again, you know, be the voice of Palestinians. Help out if you can. Share my video, like, you know, subscribe, call your PMs, call your members of parliament if you're in America, call your senators, your Congress members, your mayors, and let them know that this is not okay. This is absolutely not okay. And my message to Laura Loomer is that history is not going to be very kind to you. If anybody that's watching this video knows her, forward this video. I am not afraid, and I'm not going to mince my words, that, you know, a time's going to come where you're going to need help and nobody's going to be able to help you. And same thing with Marco Rubio. Don't forget where you came from. You know, don't forget where you came from. You are now protecting, you know, policies. You're following, I should say protect, but you're following policies that are harmful here. You know, you're forgetting where you came from. Anyways, again, you know, you have all the evidence in front of you guys. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget again to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.